Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Aether and Iron. Nellie's still missing. We've come up to the White Street wind skipping area. It's a different shade of colour now. Different shade of colour? That's saying? Different shade than it used to be, but yeah, we're going to see what happens.
Before the well starts tearing apart the
I
rest
think Nellie's
of the
been
lowers.
taken... I was going to say taken kidnapped, but that's not... I don't know what's happening with my words this morning.
Nellie
I
said
think
she
she's been
thought
kidnapped.
The well would be beautiful.
But we'll see.
Hard to appreciate the hurricane.
And I still
that's
don't trust
barreling
Gardner,
at you from
who
your
also is
doorstep.
missing.
I'm a smuggler, not a swashbuckling comic hero. I stuck around over a missing briefcase, and what did it get me? My car gone. My rep slapped with a Baron killer label. An assassin gunning for
Justifiably.
my head. And another job gone to hell. Fixing the well, saving the lowers, that's above my pay grade. I've done my dues with the underground. Nothing's stopping me from cashing out. Apollo can get someone else to find the kid. I should have learned from Valentine. Letting the job get personal gets you hurt. Even Zio knew that. For a moment, I smell his cologne. The hard back of the chair in Valentine's waiting room jabs into my back while Zio lectures me. Maybe I would have listened more carefully if I'd known it'd be my last talking to.
Niels knew what he signed up for. In our line of work, doing the job comes first. Failing that, choose yourself. Always have another way out, Giovanna.
Matana, I wish I could talk to him. What would he say if I'd spun him a yarn about a bird from the heights, the well, and my dilemma?
She's a nice girl. I can see why you've entertained her so far, but as a professional, you should cut her loose long ago. Don't know why I started Italian. I don't know why I've gone Russian on that one. Don't lose your head acting like one of your comic book heroes.
Sounds straightforward enough. As I form the words, though, they curdle in my mouth like wine turned vinegar. I try a different question. Okay, Zio, but that's for clients. What would you do if I was the kid in over her head? Would you take on the well for me?
For you? Well, obviously that's different. Your family.
I blink back a sudden flash from an old wound. Zio Alfonso had said something similar when he decided to handle Valentine. Would he have volunteered if he'd known it'd get him killed? The lowers had enough tragic heroes, and Sam won't be the last. Was Nellie worth risking my neck any further? I heft a stone. Skips are even, I get back to work. Skips are odd. I hand in my notice and get as far away as my savings will get me.
The wind's blowing
I let
right
the
now.
stone and my fate fly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My stomach immediately curls inward. I peer over the edge, watching the stone tumble into the red-hued clouds. That should have settled it. The job's long past its date, but something keeps me anchored. A vision of a girl standing on a taxi platform, with a heart big enough to light the world, and make me believe it. Damn it. Who am I kidding? I couldn't leave needles for a crate of cargo. I sure as hell can't leave Nellie to face the well on her own.
Exactly.
If I can patch things up with Piotr, I can patch things up with Nellie. I close my eyes and breathe. For the first time since Central Park, my head's as calm as a blue sky. Better get back to the underground and figure out our next move.
Alright.
Gotcha.
Oh my god, how is he not dead?
My only warning is a voice that'd have death itself uttering prayers. Tobias Dufresne, a man twice dead, stands at my back, pressing his gun into the back of my head. How?
It wasn't the first island I've been thrown off of. Shame you didn't try a bullet to the head.
I'm a breathing corpse, trapped between my personal revenant and the edge of an island. A choice between a gunshot and 10 seconds of sky under the eye of a raging red vortex. Dufresne, listen to me. We've got bigger problems than your contract. The well destroyed Nation's crusade. Unless I find Nellie, it'll take out the rest of the lowers too.
Not to worry. That's no longer your problem. Best make peace with yourself. I'll give you a minute. As a professional courtesy.
The shadow closes in, ready to usher me onto the final ferry. But I grit my teeth in defiance. I'm not about to let some scarred-up black hat punch my ticket. Seconds ticking, I look for my way out.
Alright.
A few pieces of scrap and rubble. Neither make good bludgeons. Every pulse from the well's another second off my life. There's only one thing holding back the torrent of cold sweat. Dufresne could have blown my head off, and I'd be at St. Peter's gates without knowing why. The last time we stood like this, Dufresne was angling for a chat. If he hasn't shot me yet, maybe there's something he wants more than another notch on his dash. I take stock of my options. They're not good. I've got myself, my revolver, and a pocket full of skipping stones. But if it's a choice between a slim chance of survival and a hole in the head, I'll roll the dice any day. Luckily, Dufresne's still playing with his food. If I get my gun, I've got a chance.
Time's up. Any last words?
His iron presses against me like a set of razor-sharp claws around my throat. Whether I live or die, I know who I am, and what my final gambit has to be.
Challenge.
I've got more than that. I got a request. Our game on Coney Island. You never answered my final question. What's your deal, Dufresne? For the briefest second, there's nothing but the press of the barrel. Slowly, it drags across my skin, as pensive as a steely claw.
That game's over, Randazzo. Can't take your hand back once the deck's been reshuffled.
Then let's play a new one. I figure out your answer, you let me walk. You can try to kill me another day.
Gutsy, aren't you? Now, what makes you so sure I'll grant that?
You're a tracker, right? You dragged yourself up the edge of an island to hunt me down. Never struck me as the type to leave things unfinished. The wind howls around us, drowning out the pounding of my heart and any sound that might give away what's going on through Dufresne's head.
You got 3 questions. Use them wisely. If I decide you're wasting our time, I'll be cutting things short.
The pressure releases, but only slightly. In lieu of the gun, I feel the weight of every possible question I could ask to deduce Dufresne's motives. One sticks out to me like a marked card. You didn't hesitate to pull the trigger back in Nation's Crusade. So what stopped you this time?
Already got the drop on you. Got nothing to lose letting you breathe a few breaths longer.
Pretty considerate for someone who said he couldn't afford wings.
A moment of consideration isn't enough to change where either of us is headed.
An unusual note catches my ear like a hiss hiding in the bush. Was that a hint of defensiveness? Look, Dufresne. The Trust isn't the only game in town. The Underground could probably use someone like you.
You're wasting your question. No point answering when we both know how the story ends. The Underground has their hounds on my trail. I don't intend to find out what they'll do if they catch me. 2 questions down. Cutting it awful close, smuggler. How's that bravado of yours faring?
Shut it. I still got one more question. I've seen both sides of his coin. A professional monster from across the barrel. A man bearing a part of his soul. Which one holds the answer to Tobias Dufresne? Look at yourself. You've been battered, arrested, and dragged across the whole city for this job. Is it really worth it? My question should have hit the mark with anyone else, but Tobias Dufresne's armor of black ice barely takes a dent.
Tools don't get asked about their worth, Randazzo. Should have learned that yourself much sooner.
And that's all you are, right? Just a well-paid tool. The wind goes still, filling the air with something more unnerving than the man's survival. Emptiness.
I'm sorry, Randazzo, but you're all out of questions.
Wait, I still...
Bang.
Goodbye, Gia.
Tragedy. Lois destroyed by rampaging well. Countless dead. Alright. Obviously, we're going to talk our way out of that situation a little better, huh? Oh, God, okay, I'll skip ahead to the conversation with Dufresne. Okay, so I'm tempted to ask different questions, but with this one, I mean, he shot us. We know the gun's loaded. So that feels like a waste. I'm going to go with why he hasn't shot it again.
You didn't hesitate to pull the
Already
But we had
got
the
pretty
dialogue
a
with this
moment.
An
already.
unusual note catches my ear like a hiss hiding in the bush.
This one we got wrong, I think. Let's ask
Was
about
that
the
a hint
trust.
of the trust helped you, right? That's why you're so loyal? The shadow goes still long enough I could forget he was there, if it wasn't for the unwavering touch of cold iron.
Nothing so personal. We have an ongoing agreement. And no matter the client, I always follow through.
That it? You went off an island for someone you don't even like?
You're getting awfully nosy. If you're so curious, we could find you some rope. Save the bullet for after. 2 questions down.
Shut it. I've seen both sides of his coin. A professional monster from across the barrel.
Well, I guess it's the Coney Island
a
setup.
man. You went out of your way to meet me at Coney Island. You do that for all your business rivals? My question's a grazing shot. His silence bleeds through the air like a slow, trickling wound.
No. Been a long while since someone stuck around long enough to make an impression.
I risk turning my head and come face to face with something more unnerving than the man's survival. Uncertainty. Dufresne's brow creases, as though as troubled by his actions as I am. It hits me. You got attached.
You've no idea what you're talking about, smuggler.
Then explain it to me. If you got doubts about me, I wonder what else you got doubts about.
You're getting awfully sure of yourself. Prepared to risk your life over it.
Don't dare him. Let's double down.
Yeah, I am. You said it yourself. Not many people you meet stick around this long. Prepared to make it one person less. The world holds its breath. The wind goes quiet, and the clouds feel as opaque as the Black Hat's face. I'm just as still, breathless, until his iron snaps back into his holster.
That tragedy in Nation's crusade was always meant to happen. Next time, it'll be worse.
Gardner. It must be. He's a traitor.
What do you mean, always? What the hell's going to happen?
It's not Nelly.
He answers me with papers produced from his coat.
You're sharp. You'll figure it. If you don't, I suspect you'll be dead either way.
Hang on a sec. You came all the way here to kill me, but now you're helping me? Behind the black hat and scars, for the length of a bell, I see a glimpse of a man that might have existed before he was left to die on the underline.
You paid my last fare. This makes us even.
Dufresne steps away, leaving me and his contract behind. Dufresne, for what it's worth, I hope we don't meet again either. He turns and tips me his black hat.
If we do, best hope it's off the clock.
He leaves me with a mysterious stack of papers and the rumbling well. It's only a few sheets, but I'm sure whatever's in it, Mr. Blanc would have traded half his collection for it. I start reading.
We'll work through these in order.
My eyes immediately leap to a file on Olympus Park, the tragedy that started this all. Tucked along orders are instructions, schedules, entry and exit points, even routes to plant the explosives. Destroy all evidence around the well and its expansion. If you are unable to retrieve Dr. Reinhardt's research, destroy it as well.
Certainty forms in my mind as firmly as a boulder. This was an inside job.
The orders signed with a sigil. Familiarity catches on my mind's eye like barbed wire, and before I realize it, I'm digging through my coat for the rubbing I found in Mr. Blanc's office.
Side by side, it's unmistakable. The sigil on Dufresne's orders is an offshoot of the Trust's. Mr. Blanc had called the rubbing an identifier. Whoever sigil this is, they must be someone in the inner circle.
One order stamped with a bright red stripe. I might not know what codes the Trust uses, but I've seen enough secret smuggler messages to recognize when it's urgent. Suspend all activities related to Dr. Reinhardt. As you've shown repeatedly, retrieving a young runaway girl is outside your area of expertise. Another approach is required. Remain on standby until instructed otherwise.
Though I'll never regret keeping Nellie out of Dufresne's hands, I feel a sympathetic twinge. Dufresne was called off between Ellis Island and Coney. What changed between then?
My number comes up. Cold dread seeps into my bones like a soul narrowly avoiding the executioner's axe. Randazzo's made herself a nuisance. Get rid of her before the Aether diffuser is activated. Afterward, immediately vacate the lowers. New instructions to follow upon my return.
The chill becomes biting. Dufresne's orders don't explain why I had to die or how they knew Daisy was going to fail, but when did the Trust learn Nellie's device was an Aether diffuser? It's Gardner, it's gotta be.
In the Private Mania comics, the panels always go as bright as light bulbs when the detective solves the mystery. All I feel is a blistering itch that burns like a hand held over an open fire. Dufresne's employer is the inside person. They didn't just know about Nellie's research. They knew how to get Dufresne into the Heights without getting him caught. They were someone with a hand on the pulse of everyone involved in this job. Dufresne, Nellie, and me. They knew what we were doing, and that Daisy was doomed to fail. And they didn't just have an altered copy of the Trust's sigil. They had a signet ring I now recognized from long before I opened Mr. Blanc's safe.
They did. Yeah, they did show a close-up of his hand actually when he had the tickets. I know. I said at the time I recognized the sigil. I wonder if that's where I recognize it from. After I said that, I did spend a long time sort of looking at his character portrait when we were like talking to him, and I couldn't see anything on him. But yeah, it's that ring, isn't it?
Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get back now.
Well done on catching up, Gia. I've been suspicious of Gardner since we picked him up.
I all but leap off the ferry, accelerating into a full sprint, when Apollo darts out in front of me.
Gia, what's got you running like a bat out of hell?
Something big. Get everyone together. If we don't do something fast, what happened to Nation's Crusade's going to happen to the rest of the lowers. The matinee star's face slides into an expression pained by fresh memories of ash and ozone.
Once more into the fray, or so they say. See you there.
Alright, we're going to go straight there. We've kind of, well, I'm going to check the shot one more time. It hasn't refreshed for quite a while. Also,
Back so soon.
Let's actually ask about the well.
Taking a peek out your window anytime recently?
Ah, the well. Yes. It looks like our time together may be coming to an end, you and I.
Huh? You're leaving? In the casual shrug of her shoulders, I see generations of grief. Entire lives abandoned with their hopes left to freeze in the cold. A melancholy acceptance of our fragile and temporary reality.
Wouldn't you? This place has been comfortable. But if things continue this way, I will take my business elsewhere. You are welcome to join me, if you like.
We have a plan, Tiana. We're going to fix the well. You don't have to go anywhere, I promise.
I have heard such promises before. I don't mean to offend, but I have learned not to rely on them.
You can rely on this one. We're fixing it. And you can stay.
That would be lovely.
Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it definitely hasn't got like a second page or anything. Obviously, this is crammed to the gills. Don't think there's anything else I want from here. Although, I could put... Well, I've got another one of these as well. I haven't decided what to do with just yet. What I could do is sell the one that... well, then what would I buy? But we have a little bit of weight allowance on... actually, let me go check that.
See if anything catches your eye.
How much weight can I stick on... well, any of the vehicles, really. But I think we're going to be getting into like final battles type stuff. So I just kind of want to make sure we're in a good place to meet any demands of that. I have clicked, it's just taking a little while to happen. There we go. Okay, so... oh, I've got 3 for... oh, 3 for Crest, but actually I don't... I could give her that tank armor, couldn't I? The heavy armor. I would give her extra health. Yeah, I mean, may as well, right? That takes her up to full. It's fine. Gia's car. It's 11. That's about as much as I can do. And this one, 2. So if I could get an armor that weighs 2, we can pop it on there. I mean, do I put on the second one? I mean, it's the same damn... it's just it's got the bigger AoE, doesn't it? I mean... is that crazy? Might be. I'm going to do it. But yeah, so it weighs the same too. So basically, let's get an armor that weighs 2. And then we can stick it on Luca's car. Okay. Right, what's this? So this... ah, okay, light armor weighs 2. Actually, I can't sort it by genre, unfortunately. So there's a light armor. Light armor. I want to see if what... obviously heavy armor is much heavier. I don't see any other armors for sale, so... guess I'll get one of these. Yeah, okay, so I have a medium armor in storage, and it's too heavy, so... So I suspect in the next section we're going to get kind of... no, we're going to get kind of plunged into... probably quite a long finale section, I'd imagine. Yeah, so he's up to 40 health now. That should get through. Everyone's maxed out on their weight allowance. So I think we'll leave it there. Let's go and get up to the lighthouse.
Everyone trickles in. Cress with her squared shoulders, Sophie with her hardened eyes, Luca with his big hands tightly laced together, and Benny with a bouncing leg that won't quit. I rip off the bandage. There's an occasional outburst and question, surprisingly moderated by Apollo, but everything comes out. By the time I'm done, the room's a steaming kettle of shock, fury, and betrayal.
Well, that just tears it, doesn't it? We knew the Trust had its people everywhere. Never expected one to be squatting in our bar.
Gonna be hard to squat anywhere with a pair of broken kneecaps.
Now, as tempting as it might be to find the professor a nice, unoccupied underline, it bears asking. Giovanna, how certain are you about Dufresne's intel?
What do you mean by that? This is physical evidence, straight from the baddies. Unless... that's what he wants us to believe. He did that before, didn't he? Planted evidence to lure you into a trap.
Exactly. Evidence from a man who, until this point, had a bullet just for you. That alone's worth popping open the horse's mouth for a peek.
Gardner's been hanging around longer than even some of you. Who knows what he's gotten up to? Paranoia's making a chew toy of my nerves, and I'm not the only one. Eyes dart around, frowns slide over faces, picking apart our every interaction with Gardner.
Think back to our little rendezvous with Mr. Blanc. Rather a coincidence the Trust was prepared for us so quickly, don't you think?
Maybe, but we weren't the only ones who knew about the meet. While we were prepping to visit Mr. Blanc, Nellie was bouncing off to tell Gardner of the Aether core. Poor kid would have had no idea what else she was letting slip to her beloved mentor. We know the Trust wants to sink the lowers. Looking at Gardner, I still don't get why.
Yeah, I don't get it either. He's no mustache twirler, but he don't act like someone looking for money or revenge.
You think we can trust anything about him? If you do, I got a bridge to sell you.
Aw, keep your bridge to yourself. It's just, he's Nellie's mentor, yeah? She adores the guy, but he blew up her lab and let her use her device knowing it'd crack up. What kind of sickle do you gotta be to do that?
True believer of some kind, I suspect.
Benny's point sticks out like a
Social
rusted
reset,
nail
that sort
in a
of thing, maybe?
polished antique. All those days working in the lab, all those chats in the root cellar, were they all part of a long con? Or something worse? I don't know, Junior. We can shake it out of him later, after we catch him.
Damn right. If that bastard's a part of it, I don't need to hear his sob story. We stop him.
Mr. Blanc said the Trust is everywhere. They're power brokers with access to red Aether. The same thing that Gardner's supposed to be an expert on.
Not quite as neat as an open and shut piece of evidence, but it'll have to do. I'm sure we can get something more solid out of the old dear's own mouth.
His teeth.
Oh, yes, very fascinating. Now leave the whys and the hows to the biographers. We got a well out of control, a scientist MIA, and a villain setting her and us for a fall. Gia, tell me you're closer to finding her.
The trip to White Street had been enough to clear the blockers from my mind. There's only one road I could see Nellie taking. Nellie came to the lowers to fix the well. It's why she stuck around even after Gardner showed up. She seemed like the type to give up.
You think she ran off to try and fix it by herself?
Wouldn't be the first time. Without Annie's towers, she'll have to go to the source. And if Daisy can destroy a barony from outside the well, think of what it can do from the inside.
I'm trying to think. Gardner, was he the one trying to persuade her to drive out to the well? Or was he the one trying to persuade her to wait? I can't remember now.
The implications sweep across the room like a gale. To find Nellie, we have to go into the well. Apollo recovers first, clapping his hands as though to disperse the gloom.
Right. I suppose this would be the part where the old man says, think before you leap, eh? He's not here anyway, so I suppose that falls to me. Anyone want out? Now's your chance. Choose wisely.
I'm out.
I feel the world rock beneath me. Like I'm standing on the step to a ferry to who knows where. Once I get on, there's no getting off.
All for one.
Said it before, remember? We're in this to the end, Hollywood.
You know me. I'll be there. Besides, someone needs to keep the rest of you flying.
Well said. As for me, I've never been very good at quitting.
If the well goes off, I can't afford to lose. Diane, everyone, they're waiting for me.
What kind of reporter would I be if I set out of the action?
Standing among these oddballs, I'm surprised how natural it felt. It reminded me what it was like to have a reliable crew.
That's the spirit. Do what you need to do, then meet me at the root cellar. Drinks are on me.
Alright, have they got more to say?
Giovanna?
Okay.
You didn't pick anything off Gardner? Not even a single tell?
Giovanna, darling. Are you asking me if I somehow forgot to mention a traitor?
No, but you're sharp. I thought maybe you saw something we missed.
I'll tell you this much. He's observant enough to adjust his approach from person to person. He knew to send you when I wasn't feeling myself, after all.
You're the gambler. Where do you place our odds?
How badly do you want to know? I'd hate to demotivate you before the whistle blows.
I'll take my chances. If you haven't run off already, they can't be 0.
Well, there you have it. And I didn't even charge a consulting fee. Now, let's talk about something more cheerful. Have I told you of a little proposition I have for the does? Something involving a little sisterly bonding. See you soon, darling.
Gardner played us for saps. Still feeling sore about it. Luca's hands flex, taking out on air what he couldn't from the man who'd wronged us.
I didn't used to dislike him. Might not have always agreed with his commentary, but he kept things polite. Tipped Thomas well and always seemed to be looking out for Nellie. At least I thought he was. Should have made him drink our homemade hooch after all. At least he would have had one reason to regret skulking about.
Yeah, true.
You fought a few big matches, yeah? Any tips for staying calm?
Tried a little of everything. Breathing exercises, listening to music, working out. Best tip I got was from my coach. Keep it simple and kick ass.
Thanks. I'll remember that for when we catch up to Gardner.
Maybe I should think of it as consultant practice. You know where to find me.
About Benny.
Hey, Gia.
Settle down a little, will you? You're going to chew through your pencil. There's a line of teeth marks ringing the eraser, each one a physical manifestation of Benny's thoughts. Whatever he's thinking, it's gnawing him up. This about Gardner?
Who else? That lying stinking weasel. Just burns me up. That crumb bun was living next door and we had no clue what he was up to. And the worst part is, part of me still wants to shake him down for answers. Make him explain why he did it, what else he was lying about, and if it was all for show, why help teach me how to dance?
How are you feeling about our chances? Still up for the job?
Hey, I look like a quitter to you? And if you ask me, compared to Nation's Crusade, our chances don't look so bad.
Wait, you seriously believe fixing the well is easier than what happened in Nation's Crusade?
Yeah, Nation's Crusade had us fighting on multiple fronts. We were taking on Blacktails, Bucketheads, the Axe herself, and betrayal from within. This time we've only got Gardner. Once he's down, all we gotta do is explain the sitch to Nellie, have her do her science thing, and boom, the well's taken care of. Already thinking of a headline, something that speaks to the people. See, I've been thinking of going independent of the crier, and I gotta start off strong. See you later.
Requesting evacuation. Please, send someone quickly. I have a group of civilians.
Grayson, Ida, Needles, all those refugees. Did they make it out in time?
Hopefully. Alright, so... I think we just go straight to the root cellar, honestly. We didn't talk to Cress before.
There's a crook in her neck as Cress hunches over the table, leaning heavily on her metal arm. A piece of paper cowers before her glowering eyes. Who you writing to? Unless you've taken up doodling.
Home. My folks haven't heard from me in a while. Figured they want to know what happened to Annie. And about the well. About Sam.
Cress looks up. Her eyes are dry now, but small, wrinkled watermarks mingle with crossed-out lines on her page, showing that a few tears had managed to spring free.
I don't know what to say, really. What if Nellie can't fix things? Do I tell them to leave the city? They'll get the terriers sent after them. Do I tell them to stay?
She's a metronome, swinging back and forth, never resting on any answer or word. The pendulum only skips a beat when Benny comes over, summoned by the smell of paper and ink.
Oh wow, Cress. I didn't know you were a writer. What are you writing? Can I read it? Do you need any help?
Let's just help her have some space.
The kid sticks his nose over Cress's shoulder. He's had a rough few days, but he has to give others their space. I'll have to intervene before he starts meowing and crawling into her lap. Come on, Benny. Let's leave Cress to write her letter.
I can help, though.
I'm sure you can, but not right now.
Thanks, Benny, but I just need to work on this. Maybe next time. How about, you help me with some pamphlets for the underground later?
He hangs his ears like he's been sprayed with water as I walk him away from the table.
Sure.
Right. Now, did that say that Benny's morale had decreased? I think it did. I think I actually do get dialogue history. It doesn't tell me what... Because it flashes up so quick, I kind of want to know what just happened there. But I think what happened was that Benny's motivation dropped and Chris's went up, I think is what happened. I wish on this screen I could manage the non-active crew members. I know I can switch them around probably as well, but I think what I want to do is just make sure everyone is at least leveled up, because I don't know if going into the sort of final segments whether everyone gets involved or if it's just the ones you kind of choose to be active. So I'm just going to kind of level these guys up. I'm actually going to pause while I do it because they've got quite a few points. It's going to take a little while. Alright, so this is Sophie. I've just kind of finished off her dodger tree. Smooth talker we've pushed up a little bit as well because she uses light weapons on her car. Yeah, haven't really gone into the yellow tree at all with her. And then we got Benny. I'll probably pause again, but I'm probably gonna... He's only got 2 actually, because he's done a little bit more recently. Yeah, again, I think it has to be the blue tree for him. The free jump, sure, why not? In that clown car that he's driving. And then upgrade that. And that's about it for him. Alright. Oh, and let's swap him back for our favoured guys. Yeah, I think his red background, I think, means that he's demotivated. But that's honestly fine. It's got their cars still. Right. Just let's talk to the crew. Should we just talk to... Yeah, we talked to the other people in the other room, didn't we? Let's just start the briefing. Huh? Point of no return. You're about to start the final mission, which will permanently close off any remaining missions. Are you ready to continue? Yeah, I reckon so. Oop, I forgot that then.
The root cellar's half bar, half war room. Someone set up a map of the lowers on a table, while Thomas fills a row of glasses from a bottle expensive enough to be encrusted with gems. What's the occasion?
Good luck charm. Paid for by your friend here.
You only live once, sweetheart. Might as well enjoy the finer things while we're still around to do it. And I can certainly afford to share.
Yeah? Then how come mine's so small?
Well, you're still young.
So it is. How about we play a game? If you pickpocket me, I'll personally pour you a full glass.
Ask me to become an ace pitcher for the Metromaniacs next, why don't you?
Let's take a drink first.
I down the ambrosia. A sweet glow warms my body like a droplet of sun. I only hope it's enough to get me through the coming storm.
Everyone settled? Excellent. Gia, take us away. Where are we heading?
After the well tore apart Nation's Crusade, the map might as well be scribbled over. Fortunately, our starting point hasn't changed. I draw grids along Central Park. The road's torn up. Nellie can't have gone far. If we want any chance of finding her before she uses Daisy again, we'll need to split up.
A search and rescue formation, eh? Suppose we should rustle up some ordnance. If Gardner's who we think he is, no doubt he's got more than one attack dog.
So we enter the well, avoid any nasty surprises, and get to Nellie. And after that?
First, we stop her using Daisy before it blows up the well. Then, we get her away from Gardner.
She might put up a fight. After all, you're about to tell her everything she knows is a lie. And the man she loves like a father is a monster. It's enough to break someone.
Nellie's tougher than she looks. If we don't tell her the truth, she's going to make the biggest mistake of her life.
We all got our regrets. Doesn't mean she ought to pay someone else's blood-stained tab.
Glasses emptied, nerves briefly calmed. The room turns to me, looking for one last word to carry with them into the night.
Be honest.
Can't say I haven't thought about cashing out and catching the next ferry out of here.
Oh, Gia, darling. Don't tell me you're getting cold feet now.
I'm still here, aren't I? I couldn't even sleep if I left now anyway. And if I'm sticking around, I feel better knowing it's with this group.
Save the sappy speeches for after we win.
After that, all that's left is to grab our gear, catch the ferry, and find our friend before it's too late.
Dun, 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 dun. Don't think... Yeah, we're not quite leveled up on that. Yeah, I think just get to where we're going. Up to Central Park. Let's go. Now, interestingly, other locations are still available, so there is that garage. I want to make one last stop there, maybe. I mean, I've got cash. Potentially upgrade something if there's something to upgrade. Let's have a little look-see. I mean, on the vehicles front, potentially get up to something. So if I just completely mashed out. So if you get another 7 from that, that'll take her up to 20. So it could potentially have more AP. Less weight. She's currently maxed down, that less health. What about this flatbed? Is that noticeably better than what she's got? I think it's a bit of a wash, honestly. I mean, yeah. Well, it's a different model. Again, I think we could get up to the same AP, same weight. Doesn't seem much point, does it? Alright, what about in the parts? So, now, what is... Yeah, Cress is using the powerhouse engine. Me and Luca both using the improved one. I guess this is the big question mark for me. I think this would be better than the sludge spray that she's using. And I can afford it. In terms of the weight, it's the same. So that doesn't really change anything. I like the staggered more, because Aether Drained, I think, means they take damage over time, but it's relatively minor. Whereas the staggered means they don't get as many action points, I think. Yeah, let's do it. Oh. Let's fit that to presses. Yeah, I mean, again, it's something I can't sell. This is all stuff we've got from Nelly. I guess there's that. I don't need cash right now, do I? So. I guess there's this one. That's better. That would help Cress. Who's using? I can't tell who's using that. That's G. This is our. Oh, we are using that. Yeah. So I guess this one is. It must be Luca's. Oh no, it's probably the one Crest is using now. Yeah, this is Luca's. But the slowing ram is good. I like that. If I could get up to 260 potentially. Don't know if I can. So these things are free. $37. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's what, a couple of AP? It's probably fine. Alright, let's head out. Got a central park. Or not. Oh, we're going here. To the well! All's well. All isn't well. Oh, hello. Is it going to be Dufresne again?
Well's apocalyptic force has made a hellscape of nations' crusade, ripping buildings and roads apart in great dark gouts of brick dust and smoke. There's a low, constant roar of tearing concrete. A venomous little voice in my head eagerly points out how the well has devastated everything closest to it. But I shut out the noise, both within and without. I tell myself there's still time. There's still time. Come on, Nelly. Where are you? I scan the whirling mass of flying wreckage, searching for safe paths into the heart of Hades. There are none. I squeeze the steering wheel, gritting my teeth. Doesn't matter. I'm not leaving without her. Ahead, the roadway is splitting into jagged, broken chunks, like a tree trunk splintered by a lightning strike. If I make the wrong move, I'll find myself steering over empty sky.
Yeah, so we need to roll a 12 on for this one. This is despite having loads of... I mean, I guess we're meant to fail this, because despite having all those points coming in from Luca for both of these, it's still... I mean, we'll take the 8%, right? But I'm not going to save scum this, because I think failure is intended. Yeah.
I speed forward and realize the highway surface is too unstable to traverse safely. I'm rocked like a die in a cup as my repulsors slam me back and forth across the jagged gaps of the torn road segments.
Ahead, the shattered remains of a hotel churn in a spinning funnel of gravitational force, forming a devilish whirlwind of steel, brick, and glass that could rip my car to pieces. Okay, 27, 16, 8%. I guess we'll pull a crazy 8 smuggler's maneuver. See if it works. Very nearly.
I jam the brake,
Oh, we're
throw
dead.
the old
Oh, we're not dead.
and pitch downward in a risky smuggler's gambit. I manage to roll out of the path of a deadly spear of crumpled I-beam, but no crazy 8 is ever totally clean.
Oh, we're at half health now, practically. Stray chunk of steel marquee sign. I distinctly spot the TEL. Slams off my rear bumper, carving a scar into the bodywork and sending me spinning. I limp away, out of danger for now.
There's no calm in the eye of this storm. Gravity forces play havoc with the air itself, ripping bands of static electricity across my path like miniature arcs of lightning. At long last, 2 figures resolve in the maelstrom.
Can I actually heal in this screen? Because I would like to. Let's put that in Cress's car. So... there we go. Take a bit of healing, thank you very much. Well, hello.
Nellie's body is rigid with confused frustration. Her platinum curls buffeted by the aether winds as she tries in vain to rouse her mechanical creation. Next to her, a beast dressed as a kindly old professor is entreating her to leave. At the sight of him, I feel a jab of hot fury punch through my forehead like a railroad spike.
I don't understand. Daisy, what's wrong with you?
I'm afraid we're out of time, my dear. Let's get to safety.
Hey!
Their shock at seeing another human being in the midst of the chaos is matched only by the anger sprinting through my veins like frothing coursers on the hunt.
Gia? What are you doing here?
Get away from him!
There's no time! We have to get clear!
I don't want to speak with you right now, Gia. I'm busy.
Let's go with... Well, I think we have to do all of these, so let's just work through them in order.
This grease spot lied to all of us about the bombing at the Institute. He looked me in the eye and lied to me. He was the one who lit the fuse.
That's a lie!
Dufresne is Gardner's attack dog. It was never personal, Nellie. He was just doing what this spit stain paid him to do.
I'd never even heard the name until I met you.
Your machine isn't working because he's been sabotaging it.
She's a criminal, Eleanor. We can't listen to her.
I brandished the file folder like a prosecutor making her final damning accusation to the jury. The proof's all here, kid. Have a look at your precious mentor's ring while you're at it. Nellie takes the folder, pinning its pages down against the gusting winds. We both watch Gardner hide his hand behind his back as he sputters an indignant retort.
Honestly, are we finished with these theatrics? We don't have time to entertain your flights of fancy, Miss Randazzo.
Nellie scans the evidence, dropping loose paper to flutter off like dead leaves. The well howls around us, echoing Gardner's impatience as he tries to snatch the files from Nellie's hands. She swerves away from him, and he shouts in anger.
It's a forgery! My dear, don't you see? She's not your friend. She's trying to trick you.
Professor? Show me your ring, please.
Eleanor, listen to me. We need to get somewhere safe. If you would...
Show me your ring.
Of course.
With a flick of my coat, the black aperture of my 7-shot jumps up to stare Gardner right in the eye. His cheek twitches involuntarily. Better do as she says.
If we don't activate Daisy, the well will destroy the lowers. Innocent people will die.
And I'll scrape the filth of the bottom of New York's shoe and I'll be celebrated for it.
I can't believe this. Professor, please. There must be some mistake. You couldn't have been lying to me all this time.
I was. Every word, every moment. My designs are far beyond your understanding. For such a smart girl, you're actually quite stupid. There are mechanisms at work here you'll never comprehend.
A line of quicksilver traces through the air as the man-shaped beast whips out an elegant blade from inside his dowdy old cane, like a gleaming fang unfurling out of a cobra's maw. He aims its trembling tip at the base of Nellie's throat, his signet ring glinting in her eyes. I see her pulse leaping in her neck as a teardrop traces her jawline. His voice is softer than a wisp of smoke curled off burning paper.
I'm so sorry, my dear. You were a real prodigy. You had such promise. This isn't how I wanted it to go.
Before I can move, before Nellie can scream, his arms stiffen, and he shoves her bodily off the ledge and into the wide, storm-shaken sky. I throw myself after Nellie, watching her fingers tighten around a spar of broken metal. Gardner escaped in the truck somewhere behind me. Doesn't matter now. The fluttering white form of my friend dangles off the edge of the world, a sweet porcelain doll about to tumble down a rabbit hole into the dark. She's out of reach, and her grip is weakening. The wind rips tears from my eyes, the gale screaming like a chorus of banshees around us. I make one wrong move, and it's over. But I don't care what happens to me anymore.
Alright, I just want to check what Gia's best thing is. So we've got 4 on brass, 2 on hustle, 5 on smarts. So we'll go with smarts.
I search my whole scummy life for a solution. Surely all my experience, everything I've been through, should have prepared me for this. If I don't have the smarts for this, Zio, what good was any of it?
Okay, well, we'll figure out a way to reach her. Looks good.
She's just out of reach. Like an electric shock in my spine, an idea strikes me, and I whip off my belt and sling it around a road sign, grabbing the leather tip and leaning out even further. That wins me the distance I need. My fingertips flutter tantalizingly close to hers. All I can see is the fear on her face. The moment my hand makes contact with her wrist, I pull like I'm throwing the lever that opens the pearly gates. After a moment of frantic, scrambled recovery, we fall back in a heap, and she's safe next to me. In the sudden quiet, Nellie flings herself at me like a lost chick reunited with its mother hen, her little peeping sobs of terror and relief muffled by my coat. My cheeks are wet as I squeeze her to me.
I'm sorry. I should have trusted you. You said such nasty things. I didn't mean it, Gia. I promise I didn't, not a single word. I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's me who should apologize. I acted like a heel. I'm sorry, Nelly. I'm just glad you're okay.
You came back for me. You're a true friend. You never ever lied to me. Not like him. Oh, I could kill him!
First, we gotta stop him, Principessa. Then you can do whatever you want. The truck carrying Daisy isn't built for speed, and we catch up soon enough. I thumb the switch on my forward turrets, but Nelly puts a hand on my arm.
No, we have to activate Daisy. It's the only way to stop all this.
Right, but I don't think Gardner will let us do that. Not without a fight.
Best to head home now, girls! You're out of time!
Alright, so I guess the question is, how do we stop? So what's this thing that's... Ah, this is permanent, so her little remove temporary stuff can't help on that, unfortunately. Oop. So is he affected by that as well? I guess he is. Right, so he's got 85 health. He is in a danger zone. This says eliminate. I guess maybe we just have to reduce him to 0. But we got Cress. So I think Cress... Is the Aether vulnerable? No. So let's put the... I have to ram an innocent car, but first of all I want to put Energize onto Luca. He actually has a passive heal, so I'm not necessarily... Well... Didn't mean to do that. Let's do that. Now, can I plant this on him? I have cleared the way, though, for others, so I think we'll just move that. Yeah. Okay, so, well... I guess what I could do is swap with this car. Shoot him. If I go there, that's 6. That would leave me 7. Pushing it a bit much. I might just kind of gonna hop over here, I think. Right, so Luca, what's the range on this weapon? It's quite good, I think.
Oh, applesauce! Look what you done to my fenders! Oh, applesauce! Look what you done to my fenders!
Sorry guys, you kind of were in the way a bit though. Alright, so he's got 14. 6. You could shoot that, but then he'd be stuck on this square. So I think what we'll do instead is the rams. Taunt him. I'm going to drop back into the... Yeah, drop back to the safe square. The counter.
You never should have taken the job, Giovanna!
Oh, applesauce. Look what you done to my fenders.
Well, we can get the Aether vulnerability on him now, so we'll do that. Let's AP on Luca. We can get there. That'll only leave us with 1, so we can't do the netting. Oh, can't do that either way. So maybe instead we'll do the area heal. It actually doesn't heal her, does it? Okay, well, let's drop back. Heal press. We've got Gia. I think first of all, we'll do this. Then if I switch with Luca, hit him with this. That does 12 damage to him. I mean, that's pretty good, honestly. Well, I'll tell you what, let's ram him first, because that will use more AP. And then this will do 16 damage. Which is pretty nice. And then we've got 6 AP. I'll just slide over here. Yeah. Alright, Luca. What are we going to do? First of all, shoot him.
I'm still paying off this heap.
What was that? He was on fire. Did the weapon overheat or something? Maybe we'll, if we come here, we'll ram him back a couple of times. Oh, I don't have enough to use that weapon again. So instead, let's taunt him. Put on the counter ram. So we got him down to 14. I think, what's that, in like 2 turns? I think that's pretty good.
Cheese and crackers, not my automobile. Great balls of fire, my transmission.
You do this to me, Professor.
It's not about you, you silly child. It never has been.
I guess we did it.
This is futile. You must see that. Keep them off me at all costs. Understand?
Take them now!
Okay. So what do we got this time? We got some gangsters. 17, 17, 17, 17. We got... What's... That normally means like a... Just... What's going to happen on these tiles as well? Normally indicates that there's going to be like a sudden death tile, but I don't see it. Anywho, we're here. They're there. slide over. Let's do the area heal. Gia could do with another one. Let's put more AP on Luca. 11. I mean, she could get there, but like, then. Do that. Not sure what those cars would do. I guess I could put counter ram on. Now, do we have any temporary statuses I might want to lose? Oh, not bad ones. So I guess we'll leave it there. Gia is almost back to full health. Suddenly he's got 80 health again. But we'll use the scout rifle first of all. So that's the tile he's on, is it? So we could actually do it from pretty far away. Alright, I can't. I guess the issue here is that he's blocking lanes, so it looks like I should be able to get round him, but it's kind of weird the way he might be straddling two lanes. Let's think about this. What can I do? I can shoot backwards. I can swap. Swap once, but that doesn't get me in front of him, unfortunately. What happens? Well, can't use it twice, sadly. Ram him out of the way, maybe. 18 AP. Okay, so he's still... Yeah, so there's a weird blockage thing going on here. All I can think to do is maybe drop back, drop forward, and use the AP attack again. This will do 11 damage. And then let's draw back someone like this. So if the cars come in and get close to me, they'll take damage. Actually, they probably won't. Whatever. Right, now Luca, though. So if he was to do this on... Yeah, he'll hit all of them. I mean, it's not amazing damage, but... he could ram that guy into a damaged tile. I'd like to ram... Yeah, we can actually ram guard this one. He's actually immobile this time. Yeah. I think that's okay. Luke is kind of our tank anyways, so... now the death lanes.
Let your uncle die, and now you're going to get Nelly killed.
Yeah, he's two lanes wide now. Okay. Okay, well the upshot of that is Gia is low on health. She's gonna, we can give us some healing and some AP. I think that would be good. Three left. Oh, it's any of those temporary. Staggered is. I wonder if it only gets rid of negative ones. This is all temporary. Actually, I need to try it. Is it going to wipe the good stuff too? I think it may have done. Oh well. Oh well. Let's just do an area here. Sorry. On her. What is Gia? Like, how much damage is he actually going to do? I don't know. I don't know if that would kill him. We could ram this guy into the certain death lane. Let's do that. Let's put some damage on you. Then we can move there and put a switch on this guy. Still haven't found a use for this. Well, I say that. Yeah, let's put it on this guy. One, huh? He'll die. He'll die. I don't do anything about those. Just kind of want to slow those guys. Let's taunt one who won't die. Alright, see where that gets us. Did big damage to himself, I think, firing that weapon, like General Eli did. Alright, so Gia, yeah, we can get rid of that staggered. Oop, get rid of that staggered. She only got 4. She only got 4 AP. So let's do that first. And let's energize her. 5 left. Well. Heal. 1 left. Probably okay as she is. Now it is Gia. He's down to 7 health. We might have him. Now, Luca, though, I suspect we can maybe finish this off. How's that?
Give it up, Gardner.
Wow. Is he still going?
I won't let you do this!
Okay, we're still going.
You can't stop it now. No one can.
So we're on that side of the road, huh? We've got... he's the only hostile at the moment. This lane, what does this lane mean? Well, you can hover over it and see, but I'm not sure what it does. I mean, people will die because he's in it. What's he got now? He's got 70 health now. Okay. Well, Cress, well, maybe do an area here. Let's energize Luca. Can I hit Gardner with a Aether weakness? I can. It's not really to do webbing or anything over here. I'll just keep her over here. Gia. Yeah, let's go and do that. Still a move. I can shoot him. Now if I was to do this now, that would be 14 damage. But if I was to jump back and forth... Actually, I can't come back, can I? 6. I'd have enough there, but I don't really want to take whatever that red lane damage is. So I guess I'll leave it. Luca, though, if we hit him... Ram. He can't get over the other side. He would need like 2 to get back here, so 2 will taunt him. It's okay.
Oh, applesauce! Look what you done to my fenders!
Gonna get hit? Oh, it must have been a urge. Okay.
The lowers is beyond saving. You're risking your life for nothing.
Okay, Cress, well, what we got here? We've got Gardner on 38. Much as I hate to say it, maybe we can knock him with the bus as well. Oh, is that just single lane? Oh, well, it will hit him anyway, so okay, do that. Now, there's no safe space, particularly. I guess this kind of is better than not. A little bit. Magia. We can't move him, we know that. Shoot him from behind. We'll hit him with this, I think. But okay, let's pull alongside before we do that. What's that? Oh, okay, go there then. So he's going to hit us in the face.
It's over, pal.
No! Damn you, no!
Nice. I mean, I don't think there's a lot more to do, really, apart from this.
The beast Gardner dangles off the edge of the world, fingers scrabbling at the broken asphalt. Fear pours off his coat like a noxious fume, rank as a line of soldiers.
Please! Eleanor, help me!
Murderer! You killed my friends! You lied to me! You're the worst person I've ever met. You pisshead!
Whoa,
You
Nelly,
bastard!
steady on.
She seems even more surprised than me at the curses jumping from her lips. But then she juts her chin, seeming to conclude if ever such a wanton lapse of politeness was justified, it is now.
I'm slipping! I can't hold on!
Playing the world's smallest violin here.
Nellie turns to me. There's no trace left of the lost little bird I met that day in the uppers. She looks at me, reborn from the ash of betrayal and strife. No more a child seeking permission, but an equal asking my counsel.
Let him die.
Leave him, kid.
He'll die!
Yep.
None of this is your fault. You hear me? He chose this. You're no killer, Nellie, but you sure as hell don't have to save him either. Nellie turns her back on Gardner and screws her eyes shut. He lets out a final gasp as his grip gives way, and as he falls, his animal scream is sucked into the heart of the well.
Yay!
Nellie quickly identifies the poisoned thorn Gardner hid inside Daisy, an innocuous switch strangling the device from within. She shakes her head at the plain, simple boldness of it, and flips the switch. Nellie takes my hand as the well collapses before our widening eyes.
It worked!
Quiet, for what seems like the first time in years, descends over New York
Disney
City.
princess
I
backing
look
track.
at my friend and wink. Never doubted you for a second, Principessa. When the well's haunting shroud was lifted, the countless barons of New York felt fear where others experienced relief. The underground was a new rising storm, seemingly more insatiable than the last. Apollo Diamond, the Hollywood revolutionary who toppled barons, now spoke of peace in memory of his late ally, hoping his newfound fame could buy a corner of the city free from a baron's tyranny.
Do we get a little ending? Yeah, we do.
In the bustling aftermath, one voice cried hope for all to hear. Our cub reporter had found his own way, starting a newspaper that told stories to inspire action and to foster unity of the downtrodden.
Good on you, Benny.
What set Benny apart from the idealists was a wit that cut aside the thickest of cynicism. Sophie knew the kid needed more than moxie if he was going to burn bright in such a dark world. And from every island, through broadcast or print, Benny's newsies declared the city could be reformed, saved from itself. The people listened, and before long, even some barons began to listen as well.
Luca?
While the people made noise, one corner of the city remained quiet, rebuilding after the well nearly tore it apart.
So this is where we save
This
Danny.
new nation's crusade, however, shut its borders, closing itself off to the world. But rumors trickled out of a saint who lives there, who rescued the people from the powers of the well, who dreams of building a new kingdom of heaven amongst the wreckage of New York City. Marm was gone, exiled. The old dragon had slunk away into some northern cave with the remains of her horde, and nothing to occupy her time other than messages from home about her fading legacy. The papers cried the end of Dreamland, but in the absence of the Great Queen, her daughters fought not each other, but the decay and decadence that had allowed the barony to rot.
Okay. I don't want to hold to skip because I'm worried it will skip the whole sequence rather than just that particular line. Luca!
It had been Marco's dream to lead the Union in Dreamland, not Luca's. And with the darkness of his brother's death waning from his heart, he remembered what had always been most important: Diane. He passed on the torch of leading the Ledgemen, and then, on the same day, hung up his gloves on the wall in Congress Hall to remind himself of the journey he took to finally find peace. Sophie had given up any claim at becoming a baron, but she hadn't given up on Dreamland. The does still needed to be held in check, communities rebuilt, and the people given hope. Winnie trailed after her, hollow eyes giving way to a sweet and confident smile. The two rarely parted, and before long, the mousy girl from the gutter was giving soapbox speeches right up there next to Soph. In White Street, the death of General Eli did not bring the peace so many had hoped for. Instead, cliques of officers bound in subservience for decades now saw their chance to seize control. From the ashes of civil war, Lutzko's old guard claimed victory and a new mandate: peace. For the first time in years, infrastructure was rebuilt and wasting outbreaks were squashed. There was hope.
Cress? Yeah.
I had expected to find Cress elbow deep in some machine with the news coming out of White Street, but instead, I found her alone, listening to an old record and packing her bag. She was leaving. The underground needed her, and she was done carrying the guilt of those who had been killed. People will die again, but better to fight and fail for a better world than stand by safely and watch it burn. I'd stay up at night sometimes, listening to the broadcast as a barony somewhere in the city dealt with an unknown rebel uprising. I hoped she was safe, and that she'd truly forgiven herself.
Needles? Ah, Dufresne.
The world had changed. 3 barons brought low, the well gone, red aether on the streets. But what really kept me awake at night was the sound of a cocked hammer humming against my skull. To this day, there's not a crowded street or empty alleyway that isn't haunted by specters of a black hat. I still wonder if those glimpses are my mind playing tricks, or if death finally made a ghost of the hanged man.
Come on, Needles.
But the disappearance of Tobias Dufresne could have also been summed up by the anger of his prior employer, the Trust, whose tendrils in this city spread like some invisible chthonic evil.
Good word, chthonic.
The death of Alistair Gardner only left me with more questions. Who are they really? Why did they want war in the Lowers? To destroy it? And what are their plans now that their pawns have been removed from the board? But we can't let invisible villains stop us from saving people. That's what the kid told me anyway, as she boarded the ferry. From Olympus Park, she'd have the finest minds and scientific equipment, all at her fingertips.
Apart from the ones who died.
I read every one of her journals and papers, how the miracle of Aether could end suffering and poverty. I never wanted to see her go, but it turns out the world needed Dr. Eleanor Reinhardt more than I did.
Needles.
There's this little comic shop down in Four Fingers. Always had what's new. So when the clerk handed me that month's special, I couldn't help but laugh at Zio's hat and my 7-shooter gracing the cover. I still don't know how that squeaky comic writer found me, but apparently he'd been my shadow since the well, tracking every hopeless and sob-story job I'd taken. Called me Robin Hood with a gun. Question after question, he grilled me. Why did a smuggler work for free? Or help Aetheniers and nobodies? Why did she stay in the Lowers? Before I drove away, I told him straight. Someone had to play the hero.
And there we go. I wanted a Needles post, well, epilogue screen, I suppose. I wanted to know if him and Gia got together, but it seems like they didn't. But I think they definitely made up in this playthrough, at least, with the choices that we made. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. I really did. No real notes. All I would say is, for my preference, I would actually have enjoyed perhaps even more of the driving combat game. I mean, there was a fair bit, obviously. But maybe if there was like 20% more of the car combat, for my preference, I would have enjoyed that, because I did really like it. And, you know, these are hour-long episodes for the most part, and, you know, quite often we'd have an episode where there wasn't any combat. So I think perhaps it was veering much more in towards the sort of visual novel, choose-your-own-adventure style of stuff than the sort of turn-based combat. I obviously like, anyone who follows the channel will know I enjoy both of those genres. But yeah, I just thought the car combat was really well done, and I'd have liked to do a little bit more of it. Perhaps as you were driving around the city, so you could have had more sort of random encounters that would have been little combat. So I suppose with the roadblocks and stuff, you always had the choice of trying to run the roadblock, and I think that probably would have ended in combat. That's just my thought. I would have enjoyed it even more of that. I think what's interesting as well is that this is, wrapped up this storyline quite well. I think everything was kind of tied off with a bow quite nicely. But it's also, in terms of like the wider threat, this trust is still out there. They're probably not going to abandon their plans to wipe away these sort of lower levels of the floating New York City. Which, to my mind at least, leaves open the possibility of a sequel. Maybe with Gia as the main character, maybe with someone else, I don't know. But I'd definitely keep an eye on it. And if it turns into a series, a bit of a franchise, I'd definitely play other games in it, because I thought this was really, really well done. The art I thought was brilliant. I've already said I liked the car combat. The voices were really good. There were quite often lines that weren't voiced, which was a bit strange, even like in the middle of like a dialogue that was otherwise voiced. And obviously I'd sort of jump in and provide my very poor impressions of the voice actors involved. I definitely would have liked to have seen perhaps those sort of silence lines voiced as well. I don't think it's a bug. I've played quite a few of these similar sort of games recently, and I'm thinking of things like Moses and Plato as well. I think others I've done recently where it's like maybe 90% voiced, and like there's sort of like that 10% missing. I'm not involved in games development or the budgeting of indie games at all, but for my mind, if you're going to the effort of having like 90% of your game voiced, why not just go the extra 10%? You've got the voice actors in the studio, just get them to read a few more lines. But as I said, that just makes a huge difference to the budget for what is at the end of the day an indie game. So yeah, just my thoughts there. They're going down the pets, and there's Frodo and Sam I just noticed. But yeah, let me know in the comments your thoughts as we come to the end of Aether Iron. Hopefully you've enjoyed the series. If you could hit that like button one last time for this series, that would be absolutely awesome. And a big thank you as ever to our channel members as well for supporting Boring Dead Gaming. As always, it's hugely appreciated. And if anyone else is interested in checking out those memberships and amongst other things, gaining earlier access to the various videos and series on my channel, that would be brilliant. But thanks very much, and I hope to see you elsewhere on Boring Dead Gaming for other games and other playthroughs. Bye for now.